Hey, TJ with Back to Nature Living. Two big projects this week. One is to use the excavator, and we have had some fruit trees here. This last winter was just killing our trees, so we are going to move the garden down here. And this area here used to be filled with aspens, and we had a lot of dead trees that were laying on the ground. So I only have those two trees there left to fall, and then I'm going to start scraping from there along the line of those trees that are left here, and just pull it down a little bit and then even it out, making it as smooth as possible. And then I will probably be getting a scraper blade and a rake for our tractor, so I'm going to make it nice with that. We actually have some water come up here. It actually comes probably, used to be an old ravine here, I think, so it probably goes under the ground somehow and then it comes up here. So hopefully when I fill 2-3 feet of dirt on it, it will be better. But water is not a bad thing to have in a garden, I guess. So we have a stake. Let's see where it is. Down there. And there is one probably over there somewhere. And over there somewhere is hard to see. So it's going to be an 80 by 100 garden. We are going to make a nice fence around it to keep deer out and hopefully bears away from our strawberries. So we will see how it goes. First thing to do is to get rid of those two last aspens, and then we probably have to make sure the garden, the posts are square. The area is rectangular, I guess. The angles need to be 90 degrees. Right now I think this post here, down here, is about a couple of feet, 2-3 feet away from where it needs to be. So we'll show you later how it goes.
Well, my hubby already moved the first tree, so now with the excavator he's going to fall this one. There it goes. That's how easy it is with an excavator. It just knocks it right over. Our machine moves kind of slow because it has issues with its hydraulics, but got a lot of repairs to do on a lot of our equipment and a lot of our vehicles. It's just the way it is when you're homesteading. Everything just piles up. You're always 5 years behind. Yeah, that's something that we've had to deal with on a regular basis, and we always find that something we think is going to take 10 minutes takes a whole day. So that's just the way it is with a lot of things. So right now, the reason why he's moving all this, he moved a lot of trees earlier too, is that we are making 80 by 100 foot garden here. So we are going to, it goes this way and then back up this other way over here. But we're not going to do it near the back line over here because all of our trees that we had planted, the snow drifts and it breaks them off. So we're going to plant most everything from where you see that post that has the bammer on it, from there down to kind of where you see all the brush and stuff that's been piled up. That's going to be behind the fence line. So we're going to put a fence around it. It's going to be 8 feet high, or excuse me, 9 feet high, and 3 foot in the ground. So we'll have 12-foot cedar posts. We're not going to have them treated. We just ordered them, a bunch of them, and then it won't be treated just because the treated ones have arsenic in them. And we don't want arsenic leaching into our garden. It's toxic. And so we're going to have it's going to be a wire fence with 4x4 12-foot tall posts. Then it's going to have a top, middle, and bottom rail, as well as a cap on top. So when we do that, we'll set them into some concrete. We'll probably oil the base of the bottoms, but we're not going to use any type of stain that has arsenic. So here he comes. He's been working hard here.
I am a tree pusher, not the tree hugger.
So, I mean, we love the trees, and we don't fall ones that aren't where we don't want them. But the thing is that we're going to have a lot of orchard trees in here. So with the few trees that we've pushed down, we've got, you know, a whole bunch more orchard trees that we're going to be putting in here. And with aspens, the one that he just fell, they're all part of one tree anyway. So all these trees you see below that are aspens, they are all part of the tree that he just knocked off. So you're just, it's kind of a, I don't know, they're interchanged, intermingled with the root system, and they're actually one tree. But the thing about aspens that's nice is that they're really good for protecting against fire because they're full of water. They're really high water content. Where these pines below, boy, they'll go up in flames like crazy. So some of these pines that we have, we're going to have to take the branches off up to like 20 feet to make them not a fire hazard.
Sometimes when I fall aspens, I grab around it with my bucket and my thumb, and I squeeze hard. The water is just pouring out.
Yeah, lots of water in these. So if you cut them down, I mean, they're great for firewood, not good for starting. The pine's best for starting, but the aspen's really good for continuing the fire. You want to make sure they're thoroughly dry, like for a year or so. You know, you split them, you dry them, because otherwise you're going to have a real hard time burning them. So, but we do. The ones that we fall, we burn, so we do recycle. And, you know, if they're really big, we may save some of them because they make beautiful cabinetry and things like that too. It's a kind of a white interior. They're really a pretty wood. So anyway, we're going to be working here, getting the garden ready. We're going to have to put some swales and some, you know, steps down because it's going to be, you know, it's a little bit of a taper here. But then we'll be planting a lot of the trees from above down below that are still viable. The ones, a lot of them, the snow just totally destroyed. And then of course we're going to be making a forest garden in there where every tree is in its own guild. And around the right next to the tree you have the vine layer crawling up that. Next to there you have the bush layer, like your huckleberries or raspberries or whatever. Next to that you'll have your vegetation layer, like your comfrey or whatever type of veggie things you want that are perennial. And then next to that you'll have your ground cover layer, like your strawberries. And then next to that you'll have your root layer, like your Jerusalem artichokes or whatever you want to plant like that. But everything is going to be perennial in there, although we will have some annuals probably in a little keyhole nook in there. But when we're, you know, getting through that process, we'll show that to you too. So it's a beautiful day today. It's supposed to rain around 1, so we better get busy.